What?
Okay, we're live. We're live on Facebook Live. And now we're live on Instagram Live.
That's the voice you used on me when we met.
I know, yeah, it works every time.
I'd answer the phone and I'd hear this, hello there. And I'd think, ah.
It wasn't done purposely, it just
Yes, it
evolved
was.
that way. You know?
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. You ever hear me sing?
Yeah, you're not as good a singer as you are
Yeah.
speaker, announcer.
Yeah.
But it's still good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are certain songs I sing really well.
Yeah, don't sing them.
No, I'm not going to sing them. You don't want me to sing them.
No.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yes.
Here we are.
Yes.
Here we are, Friday night, okay? Headed into the weekend. Everyone's happy about that, I think, unless those people who have to work on the weekends. It's awful to work on weekends. I've never liked working on weekends. And yet, in our live business like Vegas and...
I love working weekends.
I know, but aside from Vegas and lecture dates, we never worked weekends.
No,
okay?
but we've been in nightclubs and live performances for what?
So we had to work weekends. Yeah,
25 years?
No, 40 years.
40 years.
42
I missed a few.
years.
Yeah.
44 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all those shopping channel years, we had to work weekends a
Oh,
lot.
that's right.
That's right.
That's right. There's those shopping channel years.
So we have actually
God,
worked
we've had
weekends a
fun.
lot.
Yeah, we've had fun and we've worked a lot of weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now you
anything...
make your own schedule. No weekends.
anything
Well, it's a weekend and I'm working.
Anything important? It's not the weekend yet. It's Friday.
Oh, right.
It's Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I
okay.
keep thinking this is Sunday.
Okay, no, Sunday.
Yeah,
Well, you can't do that, okay? Because then you've missed the whole weekend.
I know.
And you'll wake up tomorrow
I
thinking
know.
it's Monday.
I know.
And it's going to be Saturday.
I know.
It sounds like a Chrissy Snow run, doesn't it?
God, I used to love doing those runs.
I know. I love the Chrissy Snow handcuff show. You and John
Oh,
handcuffed
God, that was
together when he
funny.
went on a date
That was so
because you
funny.
lost the key.
Yeah.
And Chrissy Snow in the hospital, everyone thought she was dying, but she wasn't dying at all.
No,
It's amazing. It was great writing.
it was.
Yeah.
It was. You know, we had 3 vaudevillians who wrote Three's Company. And those guys are all dead now. I don't mean those 3. In fact, those 3 are. But I believe they all are. But that era of comedic writers is gone. Because think of how old they would be if they were working in vaudeville. You know?
Yep. 114.
Probably.
Yeah. They were very good writers. They were focused on the show. They were not
Totally.
focused on anything else.
No.
And we tried to explain to them that this is called show business. They couldn't care less about the business
No, they
part.
couldn't.
Yeah.
They still made a
Yeah,
bunch of money.
They blew it. But also it would have promoted the show, would have kept the show on much longer. You know, Seinfeld ran for 11 or 12 years. This show should have run the same time as Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I think it was off after 8 years
I know.
because they got rid of you.
Got rid of me.
They got rid of you. Yeah.
They should not have done that.
It's all right. It was actually good for us.
It was
Bad
good for
them.
us.
Bad for them, good for us.
I had so much notoriety from them firing me that I just leaped into any arena I wanted to because everybody knew my name, like Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, Sue Harris said, you look beautiful. And you
Oh,
do.
thank you.
You look beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And we're getting together with our friends Al and Mary tonight.
Yep, we're going
Yeah.
out tonight.
And I'm looking
We
forward
go
to
out
it.
a lot. Have you noticed?
Well, it's because you're so darn popular.
And you.
No, it's not me. No, it's not me.
Right, it
I
is.
just I tag along.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
part of the deal.
Right.
Okay, you want Suzanne to come? I come too. Actually, you know,
And then you tell stories that go on.
okay, I heard you tell a story. Hold it. I heard you tell a story last week. And I knew how I heard that story before and I thought, oh, These people are, they're glazing over, okay? They're
I don't
starting
think
to
they
look
are.
at
I
their
think-
watches.
No, I don't think so.
Well, they're being polite. 'Cause
I tell interesting stories, don't I?
yeah, and I don't.
No, you do.
Well, here
You've
we
had
are.
such a fascinating life. You have no idea all that he's done throughout his life and career. But he was probably the best known television personality in Canada.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't you say you Canadians who are
wouldn't say.
watching?
No, I wouldn't say I was best known.
Oh, I
I was
think
one
so.
of. I was one of the known entertainers in
And
Canada.
you were the guy on late night TV.
Yeah, but my
And-
friend Lloyd Robertson
Yeah.
was. He was the Walter Cronkite of Canada. He was
Yeah.
really great, and we knew each other from the mid '50s.
Yeah, but he wasn't an entertainer. You were an entertainer.
Right.
And what I've seen of what you did back then, I just think it's so delicious.
Yeah. The only people who remember those shows in Canada, and also the border cities like Buffalo and Detroit, and maybe one or two others, are over 80 years old.
So are you. So am I.
Yeah. So
Wow, life is a minute,
Lynn
isn't it?
Edelman is watching.
Who?
Lynn Edelman. I wonder if she's related to that football player. You know that documentary we saw
Yeah.
about his name is Edelman? It was like incredible.
Yeah.
There's a little guy,
Yeah.
but a major football star. Which goes
Well-
to show you don't have to be, a big buffed out person to play football,
Probably not.
you know?
Probably not.
So what's happening here? Okay.
Well-
okay, first of all, let me tell you what the giveaway is today, okay? Okay. Listen carefully. Here it is. Joint Ease, the Restore Life supplement. The retail value is $59.99. Let's call it $60. With any
Free.
purchase of $49.99 or more,
Less than what the joint ease.
SuzanneSummers.com.
Costs.
Joint Ease. Who can't use Joint Ease?
Well, I find as you get older, things you never thought about, your joints hurt. Have you noticed that? And we weren't prepared for that, were we? But Joint Ease supports relaxing all of that. It's really, it's a wonderful, where is it? It's
What does it support?
I'm looking,
Healthy cartilage so that it helps with that
right, that friend of ours who
pain
had
in your joints.
bone on bone. Oh, here's the joint ease. That friend of ours who had bone on bone problems was in such pain all the time. I wish we were still friends. I'd give him joint ease.
Well, that was retributive justice. It was God saying, "You're doing this, and you have this because you've been bad."
That's stupid.
I know. I'm
This is
stupid.
a way to ease inflammation in your joint space, and it's made with all these amazing Chinese herbs that.
What are the Chinese
name-
herbs? Because you were saying you couldn't live without them. What are they?
Yeah, it's Chinese skullcap,
Skullcap, right?
white mulberry extract, crutch tree extract, which is heartwood. So it's from root bark and we don't source any of the ingredients in China, but that ingredient is called Chinese skullcap, but we don't source the ingredients from China. But I can't live without this. I take this every single day, and if
She
I don't
does.
take it, I'll feel my hand. I'll do that thing where you just start pumping your hand in and out. Like, why is my hand? Or I'll feel my elbow a little after I play pickleball, or my hips get a little achy, and then I'll say, I haven't taken my joint ease. So I highly recommend this.
No, she talks about
Okay,
this all
but
the
also
time.
Nancy Falone King recommends it. She said Joint Ease is such a wonderful product. Thank you, Nancy. It is a wonderful
Yes.
product.
Now, how about ashwagandha? I gave you some information the other day that probably confused you because there are two kinds of ashwagandha, and the other kind I take is good for muscles, but this isn't for muscles. This is for stress reduction, improvement, calming. And I take ashwagandha every day. It's really, it's about high cortisol. Do you ever lie in bed and your heart races? And there's no reason why your heart should be racing? Well, that's usually high cortisol. And I've told you this before, but I read a study and put it in one of my books where they put subjects in a completely dark room, and then they put pin lights on the back of their knees. And when they did that, all their cortisol went up, because cortisol reads light. That's why when you go to bed at night, turn your lights down low and then turn them off. Get the light low and romantic.
When my heart races in bed,
Yeah.
it's because it's once a month time. Once a month time. Yahoo!
Let's
Yeah.
see. Well, anyway,
So we give you the Joint Ease Restore Life Supplement. You spend $59.99, which is the retail value, with any purchase of $49.99 or more on SuzanneSummers.com. Cha-cha-cha.
but when do you have belly fat?
What's
A lot
that?
of us have belly fat.
I don't like belly fat.
No, and we who have it, it's really hard to get rid of. It's a lot of sit-ups and things. But anyway, that's because you have high cortisol. You know what cortisol is? I give it to you every morning. I give you those 4 little yellow pills.
Yep.
And the way cortisol pours naturally is it's first thing in the morning, cortisol senses the light and wakes you up. That's what wakes you up. And then around mid-morning, it pours again. And then mid-afternoon, it pours again. And then at dusk, it pours one more time. It's a total of, they say, 20 milligrams of cortisol. And that's what I give you every morning. I give you your thyroid. You were snoring last night, by the way. Snoring is usually a result of low thyroid, and it creates apnea.
Also, low thyroid is detected when the outer edges of your eyebrows start to disappear.
Yeah.
That's-
I watch TV all the time, and I always say to Alan, he's got thyroid
Oh, yeah.
problems. But thyroid's a huge thing, and it is controlled by the cortisol. So you want to take this ashwagandha.
So
Yeah, and also if your cortisol is excessive and spiking all the time, it can also lead to hair shedding, which happened to me.
Yeah.
So ashwagandha, again, herbs, natural adaptogen, non-drug, that can help you, bring down those cortisol levels to normal. So if you're experiencing hair shedding, I also highly recommend the ashwagandha. And Suzanne was talking about an ashwagandha peptide the other day, so that's why we were
Right.
discussing muscle.
That's why I said
rebuilding,
two
'cause
different
that peptide
things.
is amazing
Right.
for that.
It's good for memory. Are you missing thoughts?
what did you say?
I miss stupid things. Do you? Where we were like at that restaurant we were talking about the other night. We should go there the next morning. I said, "What was that restaurant?" And Alan went,
Yeah,
and then I went,
I know, but you know what? People say they give examples like you walk into a room and you can't remember why you walked into the
Right,
room,
or
you pick
go
up
to the phone.
you go to the phone, you can't remember who you're going
Right.
to call, and you know what? That's happened to me all my life.
yeah, but it is as you get older, you get some of those, and it's kind of
Yeah.
scary because you think, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
But it's just part of the deal. And ashwagandha will help you retain those thoughts.
Well, it's great that they have things that assist
Right.
in keeping your
That's what-
cognitive.
That's what supplements are for.
Right.
It slows down accelerated aging if you use them properly. And that's what we're trying to do for you.
There are guys I know who don't take anything, and they brag about it. I don't need anything. I'm fine. And you know what? They're fine until they're not fine anymore.
That's life, isn't it?
Yeah, and we know some of them personally.
Yeah.
And
So now we've got B complex, vitamin B. There's so many vitamin Bs, and it's so good for you. By the way, before you go to bed at night, if you've had a drink, have a B complex. It will, for me, and I'm not saying this is for you, but for me, I never have a headache, but then I don't drink very much. We have in this vitamin B complex, we have B1, B2, B3, B5. I wonder where 4 is. B6, B8, no, B7, which is biotin. B9, B12. I mean, geez, take one of these and you get all those Bs and feel better. Okay, then the next one is Iron Plus. If your doctor tells you you need iron, this is the great iron supplement to take, but don't take it on your own. Ask your doctor first and have him check your iron levels, okay? Then we have Ocular Renew. How do you say it? Astaxanthin?
astrazeneca.
No, that's not right either. But anyway,
Astaxanthin.
yeah, right.
Astrazeneca.
Yeah, and
It's the only supplement, or one of the few, that actually pierces the blood-brain barrier.
yeah,
So it helps to get rid of toxins in your brain, your eyes, and your nostrils.
very good, Alan.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
use it. That's why I know.
Yeah, he does. You actually talk about this every morning.
Yep.
But have you noticed your eyes aren't as good as they used to be?
My eyes?
No, I'm talking to them.
Oh.
And it's part of aging. It's part of the deal. My mother had macular degeneration. Now, what I wrote about in one or several of my books is that macular degeneration starts in the gut with where the microbiome is off. You want to take the probiotic and the prebiotic to keep your GI tract happening. But what was I talking? Oh, the iron. So Iron Plus you take if your doctor tells you. This is the great one to take. And
You were on Ocular Renew.
Ocular Renew. Yeah, that's that thought I forgot. Right. But anyway, my mother woke up one morning. My mother started in her later years burping. And she would burp inappropriately, and I'd say, Mother, because she was very discreet and very shy and very sweet. And she'd say, I know, I can't help it. And then she woke up one morning, not that it had anything to do with it, but I think it did myself, and she couldn't see. She had 2% peripheral vision with macular degeneration. And so take care of your eyes before you get to a catastrophic state like that.
I remember.
Take the Ocular Renew.
I
Yeah?
remember when you had, I wish I could remember his name, who was on Three's Company and also Step by Step.
Don Knotts.
Don Knotts, who was blind.
He was.
And he was able to perform.
Did you know that? He was blind
He
when
was
we were
blind.
doing the show?
Yeah.
And he would, the way he would mark the show, which is what you do when you're doing a sitcom, he would have a walker with him, not from the medical store, a person, a walker, who would walk him to the desk, and she'd say 7 steps, and then she'd say, we're going over to here, and she'd say that's 8 steps, and he would memorize all the steps, plus memorize his lines, plus do his physical humor. I loved him, and he had macular degeneration to the point of blindness. So I asked him when my mother lost her sight, I said, would you talk to my mom? Because she's pretty depressed. And you know what he said to her, and it totally changed my mother? He said, Marion, a blind person would love to see what we see. And that's when she latched onto what she had rather than what she didn't have. and her whole attitude changed. And so she only could see 2% peripheral. So people were kissing her all the time because she'd come right up to you, and because she'd want to see who you were, and she'd lean in so close that whoever it was thought she wanted a kiss, so they'd kiss her. And then she'd smile and get all goofy shy. So she turned it into a positive, but it was really because of Don Knotts. He was so wonderful.
I remember
So
that
sweet.
moment.
Yeah.
That night we had a party, and your mother walked up to Merv Griffin and asked him to dance.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
It was. You heard this meek little voice sitting at the table, and we had a band. And Merv, would you like to dance? And he took her out on the dance floor, and she was a good dancer, and she didn't need to see to dance. And she had the time of her life. She had a pink face. You know, I based Chrissy Snow on my mother because she had a circuitous route to logic. Like, she actually said, "What time is midnight mass?" Mom? But she was so lovable. God, she was
I
lovable.
love your mother.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Did you get to know her, Caroline?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we had a long time because she was alive until right before Violet was born. So it was
I remember that.
like about 12 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm
oh
so
no,
glad.
I loved her.
Yeah.
She was darling.
She didn't
But you know,
irritate.
it's interesting. Like when you think of, I'd never heard of macular degeneration before your mom got it, and you know we watched that slow progression.
Yeah.
And she always managed it so beautifully that you would never know how little sight she had.
Yeah.
So,
Never
you know,
felt
when
sorry
you see
for
the
herself.
benefits of ocular renew and you realize that the astaxanthin and the saffron actually absorb blue light, and
Yeah.
that is what is breaking down the retinal cells in the macula, which creates macular degeneration. So especially for someone like you, where it's in your family, and for Bruce, you know, this is prevention.
important.
So
I take this
Suzanne's
every
always bringing
day.
us prevention and learning from, you know, the obstacles that you've experienced or been adjacent to.
I take Ocular Renew every single day because she managed it really well, but it's not pleasant to not be able to see. And
Well, and now they're saying, you know, people in their 20s are getting macular degeneration.
really,
from all
because
of
they're
the
in
blue
front of
light
the
exposure.
computer so much.
There's so much screen time.
Yeah, we're
So-
sitting in front of large screen TVs and laptops and phones. I mean, this here, you know, that's a bright light there. So
Yeah, and it puts you know, the nutrients in this, the astaxanthin and the saffron, it acts like a protective shield on your retinal cells and the
Right.
macula of your eye. So that's
Right.
how it helps to preserve your vision. But once it happens,
yeah.
it's very difficult to reverse. So you want to get ahead of it.
So right now, what's more important than anything? Well, the Ocular Renew, but also building your immune system. With all the things that people are catching, you want to have a strong immune system. Well, how do you have a strong immune system? Well, vitamin C will go a long way to creating a strong immune system. And this is vitamin C that has quercetin in it. And quercetin is helps support your immune system. I didn't catch things with all this going around, and I think because I have a really strong immune system. I got COVID for a little while, but it wasn't COVID like other people had COVID. I had that wet cough that wouldn't go away for a month or so, but I never felt sick. And I think it's because my immune system is so strong. So take vitamin C. It's a little thing, and it's loaded with unbelievable benefits.
You know,
Quercetin is a great antioxidant too. The reason you want great antioxidant in your body is that, and this is Suzanne speak, when you take in a lot of free radicals. Free radicals come from fast food, non-organic food, chemicals in your skincare. That's why our skincare is so great, because there are no chemicals that get in you. And you want to have something like that fights for you in your body, and that's a strong immune system. It's wonderful. Okay, now, how about...
So Wendy Guthill is asking, is Gut Renew good for celiac? She's always bloated. Caroline?
Well, it is gluten-free, so you are able to use it. So, I don't know that it helps. It won't aggravate your celiac.
Can't hurt it.
Yeah, so, if you're having issues from celiac, it's probably because you're getting cross-contamination and getting trace amounts of gluten, I would imagine. But it doesn't have any gluten in it, so it is something that hopefully would be good nutrition for you.
Now, this is Sexy Leg Redo.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you about this from my sister's point of view. My sister's a realtor in San Francisco, and she has to climb up all those stairs of those Victorian houses to show them. And she has such leg cramps and swollen ankles called cankles. And when Alan and I were traveling in the summer, we'd go to Saint-Tropez. For years we went, and I'm lying on the beach with this girl, and she said, well, I have to go home this weekend. I said, home here in Saint-Tropez? She said, no, in Switzerland. I said, why are you going to Switzerland? She said, because I get this shot or medicine that takes away my leg cramps and takes away my ugly veins. And I said, what's that? She said, well, it's called Diasmin 95, which is sweet orange peel extract. What can you not like about that? Well, our Sexy Leg Renew is sweet orange peel extract. And when my sister started taking this, her legs got strong and the veins straightened out, and she felt so good. Now, all results vary in different persons. I'm not saying this will happen for you, but it sure happened for her, and she can't be without this. In fact, she called me on the air on Home Shopping one day. She goes, hi, it's me. Like the whole world knows who me is. And she said, my legs have been killing me lately, and then I realized I ran out of Sexy Leg Renew. So I sent her more, and then she called back, hey, it's me. It's great. It works really great. So if you've got swollen, wonky veins and cankles, you might want to try Sexy Leg Renew. And then Sam E. This is for mood, joints, and liver support. So if you're going to drink alcohol, you want to take Sam E before you go to bed every night. And let's see if there's anything else. I could tell you about methylation, but you don't care. It's just, it's an important process in the body. But it's an antioxidant, Sam E, kind of like curcumin. There's a lot written here about it. Sorry, I'm not being very good. It provides whole body benefits, but Sam E is particularly great for mood, liver, and joints. Back to joint renew. You want to keep your joints in good shape.
So,
yeah.
For those of you who just joined us or joined us within the past few minutes, here's the deal today.
Yeah.
You get a free gift of Joint Ease Restore Life Supplement. The retail value is $59.99. with any purchase of $49.99 or more at SuzanneSummers.com.
Very good, Al.
But you know what? Aside from the great deal, let me tell you about the quality of everything that we present. We don't go for the least expensive stuff because it doesn't do much good. We go for the stuff that we take ourselves, and it's of the highest quality we can find anywhere. And we're proud of that. And if you get something from us and it doesn't do what you want it to do, send it back. Okay?
Here is NAC, N-acetylcysteine, and it's good for longevity, liver, and lung. Whenever you see liver and lung, you want to, if you've had a drink, take this at night. So that's another thing you can take at night. And it just augments what you're, drinking a glass of tequila might have harmed. So anyway, so SAMI, N-acetylcysteine, Ocular Renew, Sexy Leg Renew, we talked about that, Iron Plus, only if your doctor tells you to, vitamin C, I told you all the great things that vitamin C does, B complex, we have so many B's in there, and that's also great if you've had a drink to have some B complex before you go to bed. Joint Ease, this is the gift, and ashwagandha. This is an incredible assortment. I know it's kind of gaggy to take supplements, and I get that way in the morning, but it's not expensive urine. It's really beneficial to the body, and you will notice over time such differences taking these supplements. And our line is, like Alan was saying, such quality, and the people who make this for us are the best in the business, I think. So anyway.
So speaking of iron, in high school, there was a girl that we called Iron Pants.
Iron Pants.
Iron Pants.
Not nice.
Yeah, because those pants weren't going anywhere.
What do you mean? They weren't going down or up or anything?
They weren't going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Iron Pants.
I've never heard of Iron Pants.
Well?
In terms of somebody you used to know.
Well, I barely knew her. Her name was Joyce.
Not if she had iron pants. You probably didn't know her at all.
Yeah, Joyce Iron Pants.
Joyce Iron Pants.
Yeah.
If she's listening, I hope she's really happy.
Well,
in
the old days, girls would actually save themselves for the one and only.
I was doing that.
That special, I know, but it didn't quite work out.
I know, but I almost.
You almost made it.
And then and then Bruce came along.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the payoff, which is great.
Yeah, he was the most darling baby.
So I think we're rounding the horn here. I think it's time to say so long.
You know what I said to Bruce when they pulled him from my body?
Actually, I do, but you can tell everybody else.
I was 19, and they hold him up here, and there's this worried little baby. He was so worried. You know what I said to him in the delivery room? I promise I'm going to make a good life for you. And I think that helped, because I did. I made a good life for him. And I always tell you about the voices I hear, and the most profound message I ever got in the voices that I hear is this: it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I love you. Good night, everybody.